Lesson 2. The Magic of Ikigai. An Introduction to the Life-Changing Japanese Philosophy for a Meaningful Life. Greetings and welcome back to Lesson 2 of our Ikigai. By now, we hope you have taken the time to get yourself a journal to use during this journey. If you haven't, it's never too late to get one, as it will be a valuable tool to help you uncover your personal Ikigai. In today's session, we will be taking a closer look at the various aspects of the Ikigai chart, how it relates to your life, and how you can use your journal to uncover your personal Ikigai. Each person walking the earth is here to do something that they love, something they're good at, something that is needed in this world, and something that they can earn a living from. These 4 categories make up the famous Ikigai chart, a Venn diagram consisting of 4 overlapping circles. The first circle represents what you love, the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. The second circle represents what you're good at, your skills and talents. The third circle represents what the world needs, the things that society requires to function properly. And the fourth circle represents what you can be paid for, the things that can provide financial stability. The sections where these circles overlap hold significant meaning in your Ikigai chart. The section where what you love overlaps with what you're good at represents your passion. The section where what the world needs overlaps with what you love represents your mission. The section where what you can be paid for overlaps with what the world needs represents your vocation. And finally, the section where what you're good at intersects with what you can be paid for represents your profession. When you can nail down all of these aspects, you're set up for a very fulfilling life, living aligned with your purpose. But finding your Ikigai is not always easy. It requires introspection, self-discovery, and a deep understanding of oneself. This is where your journal comes in. Your journal is a tool that can help you explore your thoughts, ideas, and emotions. It can help you identify your strengths and weaknesses, your passions and interests, and your values and beliefs. Journaling is a powerful way to uncover your personal Ikigai. It allows you to reflect on your experiences, your aspirations, and your goals. You can use your journal to write down your thoughts, make lists, and set intentions for yourself. But don't put pressure on yourself to be perfect in your journal. Your journal is a space for you to be honest with yourself without judging or criticizing yourself. Write freely, without worrying. Once you start journaling, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll begin to recognize the things that bring you joy and the things that drain your energy. You'll start to identify your strengths and weaknesses and how you can leverage them to live a more fulfilling life. One famous example of someone who has found their Ikigai is the author and speaker, Simon Sinek. Sinek's passion is leadership, and he's good at inspiring people to take action. He recognized the world's need for better leaders and discovered that he could make a living from speaking and writing about leadership. By aligning his passion, skills, the world's needs, and his vocation, Sinek has found now. Let's start by asking ourselves a question. Do you love what you do? Does it bring you joy and satisfaction? If not, what does? It doesn't have to be something grand or impressive. It could be as simple as painting, playing music, or gardening. Take a moment to think about the things you genuinely love to do, the activities that put you into a state of flow where time seems to fly by effortlessly. The truth is, many of us go through life without ever asking ourselves this crucial question. We often end up choosing occupations that are familiar or known to us, without considering whether they bring us any satisfaction at all. Asking ourselves this question is a radical first step towards uncovering our Ikigai. So, when you journal about it, don't skip over it. Even if you draw a blank, come back to it at the end, after you have a few ideas of what you love doing. Next, let's think about what you're really good at. Chances are, there's already some overlap between what you love and what you're good at. As humans, we often end up loving tasks and activities that we can excel at. So, let's narrow it down a bit. What are some things you're really good at? Now, let's move on to what the world needs. Perhaps an easier way to frame it mentally is by considering who and what you admire. On the flip side, what issues make your blood boil? What leaves you feeling frustrated or angry? By looking at things through this kind of lens, it becomes easier to see what the world needs more of or less of. In that case, the world needs more solutions to those things. Let's also consider what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. What kind of mark do you want to make on your family, community, and the world? How do you want to be remembered? These are the deeper questions that can help you uncover your Ikigai and align your life with your purpose. Remember, there's no pressure to get it right the first time. Take your time and be honest with yourself. Journaling about your thoughts and feelings can be a powerful tool in uncovering your Ikigai. Finally, consider the things you can be paid for. Let's be honest, money does matter in this equation for a satisfying life. Many people are taught to believe that you can't have both a solid income and a job you love. It's either one or the other. However, we don't live in the world of our parents or grandparents anymore. The opportunities available in our world can facilitate all kinds of creative ways to earn money while doing things you love. It just requires some figuring out. While the Ikigai chart is useful up to a point, it's important not to get too caught up and become limited by it. For instance, it could be easy for an overthinker to fixate on each overlap and place a lot of pressure on themselves to pinpoint viable options and effectively pigeonhole themselves. Following your passion is an overused cliché by this point, but that's not to say your passions aren't important and don't deserve attention. It's just not the best overall advice. There are more pieces to the puzzle. The other drawback here is that it's easy for a person to become too reliant on the Ikigai diagram. It's nice to think that if you spend an hour making lists of things that fill out the chart, then presto, you've deciphered your Ikigai and now have a meaningful and satisfying life. It's not as simple as all that. Like many things, the chart is a tool and starting point. From here on out, it's going to require a bit of mental gymnastics on your part. You're going to have to ask yourself some important questions, answer them honestly, and sit with any discomfort that may come along the way. Growth isn't comfortable, so if you're feeling discomfort, rest assured you're evolving into a better you. When you sit with it instead of running from it, allow your journal to be the keeper of it all, your thoughts, ideas, epiphanies, doubts, worries. With that said, we will leave you here with this lesson and see you in the next one.